Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Sunday support session. So we're doing a live interview tonight with marketeer Jo Dunlop, and you're looking at this on the Made in Midlothian page. So a little bit about Made in Midlothian. We are a community interest company providing support, and I've lost my words already. This is not a good start. We're all about creating opportunities for the arts in Midlothian. And so part of what we've been doing during lockdown and beyond is having Sunday support sessions for small businesses in the arts. So tonight we have all about marketing and what you must do as a marketer with Jo Dunlop. So a little bit about me, I'll be interviewing her. I'm Renee Bell. I'm a Made in Midlothian managing director and founder, and I run my own pottery studio, Yellow Door Studio. So that's a wee home pottery studio. And I've been doing that for a couple of years now, and Made in Midlothian's just turned 1, so it's all very new. So after a while of Sunday support sessions, I thought, let's get some other people on, so it's not just me talking. So I'm about to introduce Jo. So just remember, all of everything we are bringing to you online at the moment is free of charge. We want to make it accessible to everybody. We know loads of people are struggling. It's part of the reason we're doing support sessions. But if you have the ability, we have our fundraiser page attached if you can donate. If not, please like, comment, and share. It really is almost as valuable as the fundraiser. It really is. So I'm going to stop waffling on and bring in Jo. Hi to Jo.
Hi.
Hello, Jo.
Hi.
How are you doing tonight?
Very good, thanks. Very warm. It's very warm in my room, but in my office. Yep, but yeah, very good.
Yeah, and you're coping through lockdown?
Yes, very excited to hear the news that we go back to school on the 12th of August, fingers crossed, so that we can actually get some work done rather than homeschooling. We shall see.
Oh, do you want to start with just telling us a bit about yourself?
Sure.
So what do you do? Where did you come from?
Okay, so I'm Jo Dunlop. I have been in marketing over 20 years, maybe nearly 25 years. I fell into marketing by accident. I was actually doing a business strategy course and with IT, and then ended up going for a placement in John Menzies. And I was there for about a year, I think, and then went agency side, which was really interesting, gave me a good grounding for marketing because you're dealing with lots and lots of different brands, lots of different reasons for people being involved with the agency, and then went on to work in both public and private sector, and also charitable sector as well. So I've got a broad range of experience in all of those different sectors, so that's quite useful. At the moment I am freelancing. I do 2 days a week for One Dalkeith, the development trust in Dalkeith. We were doing events. Obviously we've had to change what we've been doing because of lockdown.
You're doing online events.
Online events, I think there's 21 events going on across various different guises through the Supporting Communities Fund, which is fantastic. I'm doing one of them myself. It's a fantastic bunch of projects you've got going. It's amazing. And all different people, attracting all different people as well. And I think that's key, isn't it? You know, your community, whether it be your business community or your actual community of the people living in the area, they're all different people. They all need and want different things. So it's about looking at your target market and kind of segmenting that up, if you like. So it's perfect to show from a marketing point of view how you do things.
And I mean, it's not just that too. You're also giving so much. I mean, the youth work that's been supported by it is invaluable. I mean, there is nothing else going on pretty much for kids right now. And I can tell you, we've had 2 glorious days for our older 2, and it was well needed. Yeah. Anyway, that's there's so many amazing projects, but we are here for marketing. Cool. So, what is my question? Yes. So, thinking about if you were just starting out as a crafter, I know lots of people have just started. Oh, we should say hi to Don first. Donna says hello. If you are watching live, please do say hi. Let us know you're here. Ask any questions, share any experiences.
Not too hard
I
questions.
was going to start. I'll go on Challenger. If you are starting out as a craft, which of course you are about to be, so you're about to launch your cards,
Yes.
Which is very exciting. So, what would be the first step you would take marketing wise?
So, when looking, with anything like this, what you need to do is decide who you want to speak to. Okay, who are you wanting to sell your products to? And once you know who those people are, what you do is you develop a language, so a tone of voice, a way of speaking to these people. So if I was, for instance, speaking to a woman between 25 and 45, for instance, I am within that bracket just. And so I could then say, right, okay, my tone of voice is going to be friendly, genuine. What you want to do is you want to start conversations with people and talk about your product, but also talk about you. Because one of your biggest things that you have is, especially now in the current climate, people are, what would I say, bombarded with messages from all different means. And it takes them about, I would say, between 12 and 17 times for someone to actually register that they want a product. So that's why when you see marketing, you see billboards and things like that, there's so many of them around, because you need that reminder that that is the product that you want. So when you look at smaller businesses, what I find is that, and this is true through all network marketing, if you like, because you need to start the conversation with people, and it needs to be genuine. And one of the things here is that it's not just about the products, it's the relatability. So Renee, I know you've got a dog, I've got a dog, you do pottery, you do dog bowls. Oh my God, I'm in need of a dog bowl. Like that kind of thing. And as soon as I went to Dalkeith Pet Store, they had your bowl outside. I saw it and I was like, oh, you've got one of Renee's bowls from Yellow Door Studio. And she was like, oh yeah, they're wonderful, aren't they? And it's a conversation starter. So next time I go in, that lady will probably remember me because I've said something about that as well. So that's what I would do. Work out your target market, work out how you can genuinely start a conversation, because it's about relatability and trust.
Yeah, I think particularly because we're now so online instead of doing anything in real life. I mean, why buy from me versus the 1,000 other dog bowls on the market, I guess. Yeah, and really making that connection is a reason why. And I should say Trina. I always say Triona, and me and Chandra always do it. Trina is here saying hi. She's here for a tip. Nice to see you, Trina. Thanks for coming. But yeah, so I think, that connection and that sort of making those starting bits. Would you say the best thing would be to sort of give away product or offer special deals, like start building those relationships with your friends and family first? Or
so anytime you start anything like this, friends and family are key to this. What I'm going to do with my cards is I'm going to speak to all my friends and family first off, and to explain to them what I'm doing, why it's so important that I need their support initially. Because one of the things I'll be starting is a Facebook page. And yes, it is about the products, but it's not just about the products. I have to have a bit of me in there, which is why on Facebook or any other of the social media platforms, going live, having nice pictures of yourself, so that people can then see you as a person rather than being hidden behind the products. Because like you say, your bowl might be really nice, but they can't relate to a product. It's an inanimate object, if you like. The person is the relatable thing. So yeah, giving things away is okay. It's probably better than giving, well, discounts are okay as well, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to discount all the time, because then you're almost taking the price of your product down. You're
taking the value away.
So as a crafter or someone in the arts, you spend a lot of time working on that product, and it needs to be value for money. Otherwise, there's no point in it, because you just end up being in a sea of, like you say, loads of dog balls, loads of cards, and unless people can relate to that somehow, or relate to you, they're not going to buy your products over someone else unless you are amazing and there's your unique selling point, because there will be some things there that there is a unique selling point that nobody else can do. For instance, the lady that does the whiskey barrels, forgive me, I can't remember what the company's called. Sorry?
Yeah, whiskey frames. And Kirsten Bell, she's,
And the thing is, go out and talk to people. You know, like I saw a talk by that lady, and that's why it sticks in my head, because she talked at a networking event that I went to. Also, one of the things when you're starting out is join other groups. Okay, so if you're in Midlothian area, Midlothian Ladies Club, for instance, you know, or what's on in Dalkeith, all of these different pages will give you, people ask for things all the time. Now, one thing I will say as well is, in marketing, word of mouth is your best tool. Okay, you know, like, if somebody, say, for instance, get a dog bowl, right? Okay, use that as an example again. I instantly put mine on Facebook, and loads of people were asking where I got it. You know, if you can get people to do things like that, and that was genuine, because I was so excited about getting Rusty this dog bowl, and that's me saying, oh my God, look at this, Renee's done this amazing thing. So lots of other people then are interested in that. So word of mouth is key, I would say, as well. And
here's one I haven't written down. How do you feel about like bloggers and people, what are they called, influencers and things like that?
Okay, so I previously was a blogger, and I was an ambassador for quite a few different firms, and some people do it for the freebies, and I'm going to be honest, there are some people who are out there for the blag. So I would say research is absolutely key. You need to make sure that that influencer is speaking, again, going back to your target market, that influencer is actually influencing your target market. So what you want to do is you want to check who is following them, what they're saying. Have a look. There's so many bloggers out there, and what you want to do is choose the right fit for you and start a conversation with them. Just start having, because a lot of marketing is conversations, whether it be online or whether it be in person. It's about getting the conversation and keeping that going, not because that's where you get genuine connectivity, if you like, and you get genuine trust as well. So I think bloggers can be part of it. It depends how big you want to grow as well, because if you choose, so I did a lot of work with 10 of the most influential bloggers in the UK in terms of mums, because I was doing lots of stuff about seafood, teaching mums to eat more seafood. And as part of that, these people were getting like 5 sets of UGG boots a week to review, and they just couldn't keep up with the demand, so they had to let people down. So it's about making sure, one, that blogger can actually help you to influence, because it might be lost in a sea of other things, but also that you can keep up with the demand as well, because if you go to a large influencer, then you're getting inundated with requests and everything. Can you keep up with demand? You might not be able to. So it's about pitching that right. I think to start with, what I would say is
a really important point.
I think to start with, smaller people maybe want to keep their influencers tighter. So almost looking at friends and family to be their influencers, because they still have a voice. You think, if you look on your own Facebook page, how many people do you follow or follow you?
Yeah. And, you know, it's your friend's sister or your friend's daughter. You feel that connection to them by doing that more than a random blogger. Yeah. Sorry, we've got Chandra says hi. Hi, Chandra. And Joan, it's lovely to see you, Joan. I think Joan was on our Living History on Friday night. And Kathy of the lovely Fairy Wee Twitchy gorgeous fairy things, and Susan Gregory as well, saying it's informative as always, which is good. I'm glad it is helping. Please, thank you so much for coming in and saying hi, guys. So I was going to ask, back to my questions, stay on target me, I'm terrible for this. What are your top 3 tips for marketing yourself online? Because, I felt like we just have a top 3.
Yeah. Okay, so top 3 tips. Don't just use text if you're doing online.
Yep.
Accompany it either with a video, and you can pre-record video. You don't need to go live. The fear that some people have of going live on video is phenomenal, and they're worried they're going to mess it up. So even if you pre-record it, if you then go into the publisher side of Facebook, you can set it for a previous time, or you can schedule it or whatever, and it just means that you are more in control of what is being put out there. So I would say that is one. Always accompany with photograph or video. Don't just, I said it already, don't just make it about the product, make it about you, make it relatable to your target market. So if you're trying to speak to men, make sure that the tone of voice that you have, the message, the emotion, and the values you have, the design, the colors that you use, all fit with your brand, but speak directly to that target market.
Yep, that's good advice.
I do apologise.
No, I think you're fine.
I think as well.
Not keeping up. I am.
I think as well, my other thing about online is consistency. If you do an Instagram page, make sure you update it at least daily. And that isn't just your grid, that is your story as well. Your story can be updated up to 5 times a day, they say minimum, which is a lot. And your grid can just be once a day. But to keep on top, if you're trying to grow your profile on Instagram, that's a big thing. What else was I going to say on that? Facebook, consistency. So work out on Instagram and Facebook. You can see the analytics, so you can see who's following you. You can see when they're online and what they're doing when they're most likely to be online, and from there, that's when you post. So for I also do essence and sell perfume, makeup and things like that, and I go out 3 times a day, one first thing in the morning, one at lunchtime, because generally the people that my target audience are generally women, and they go online at lunchtime, whether they are working or they're not. They generally go online, and they'll go online after bedtime, so about 8, half 8, something like that. And I'll spend time on a Sunday, and this is I'll give you 4 top tips then. So I go online on a Sunday and I schedule all of my Facebook posts for the entire week.
Yeah, that's something I've never managed that I know I should. You're absolutely right, because then you've got them at the right times. And
2 hours it takes me, and I schedule them all. And I'm just talking about Facebook there. Instagram has been a little bit more difficult because it was a standalone platform, but now it's part of Facebook. You can go through Facebook, post to Instagram, so you can schedule it. You can also use something like Planoly, so Planoly, which is really, really good tool for Instagram and Pinterest. So
Pinterest. Oh, I have never even considered Pinterest. So many things to do.
Pinterest
is that good?
Very interesting. I think for me, Instagram and Pinterest are very much about the visual aspect of it. So your photography needs to be crisp. It needs to be really well done. Again, you need to have bits of you in there. It's not just about the products themselves, but people do find Instagram and Pinterest really, really good for sales. Instagram,
really?
So consumption of Instagram since, I've written this down, consumption of Instagram since lockdown has gone up 163%.
Wow.
It's phenomenal.
I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? Oh, I don't want to. Not another social media.
Well, if you want
Pardon me,
want to,
not a cough. It's fine.
But you can do the same thing on Facebook as you can on Instagram and just change it up a little bit. On Instagram, they're all about the hashtags. People search hashtags, and if you don't want to put them in your post, put them in the first comment, and they still get picked up.
Oh, do they? Okay, that's good to know.
So if you don't want to, because some people find it really messy when you put all the hashtags in the actual description on Instagram. So if you put them in your first comment, they should still get picked up, even though they're not as part of the post. And now Facebook is also running on hashtags as well, so you can use them on.
Yeah. I've started trying to do hashtags. Made in Midlothian gets everything before Yellow Door Studio does. It's just the way it goes.
But it's quite interesting to look at your competitors, Renee. So go and look at all your competitors. What hashtags are they using? Follow some of them for a little while. Steal things from other people. Don't reinvent the wheel. Let's not lie about this. Marketing is about taking the bits that work for you and put them into your own tone of voice, putting your own spin on it. So you don't have to do everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we say that quite frequently. Of actually, what are other people doing? But oddly, I don't do it for my studio. I've never found anyone that does anything similar to my studio though, so it's probably not a good thing. It probably says that I'm really, really unfocused and should maybe think about specializing.
Oh, no.
So is that something you would recommend? Specializing is quite useful marketing-wise, isn't it? It really helps you be consistent.
Yeah, and it also helps with your messaging. So if you because when you're doing anything like this, you're say Facebook, for instance, say you're doing stuff on Facebook and you want to do cufflinks, and Father's Day is coming up, and you want to make a big thing of cufflinks. So you decide who your target market is, you decide what your unique selling point of those are, and then build your messaging around that and test it. Go on to small groups and test it and see how the wording's working, see what uptake you get. The analytics behind all of these things, so in Facebook, Instagram, the actual analytics themselves are there for you to look. As long as I'm pretty sure if it's a business page, you can get free analytics, and it's pretty comprehensive. Yeah,
Kevin keeps pulling out numbers, and I'm like, oh, I should look at those for my own business. And then I looked at them for my own business and realized I'd been neglecting it terribly, and I'd gone down massively. I was like, oh, I don't want to look at those anymore.
Oh, bless you. No. But then when you get
it's mostly because I've been deliberately not trying, because that marketing and getting your capacity and going over capacity is actually really hard. I've been quite assiduously not putting up posts that create more work right now because I'm a bit swamped. So that's my excuse as to why it's gone down.
just be realistic, Renee. All you do is you just say, well, the timeline on things, unless people need it for a specific reason, the timeline is a little bit longer. Please bear with me, I'm on my own. Or build a team.
It has gone up. But yes, I'm getting people. I will have my community studio one day. So I should look at what is the most common mistake that you see people doing online?
Oh my God. Boosting posts on Facebook. The biggest waste of money ever. Okay. If you boost a post on Facebook, right, all it does is it serves that up to as many people are online at that point in time until it reaches your target. Okay, so you say you put £10 in and it says it's going to go to 1,200 people. Those 1,200 people are total randoms, not interested in your product in the slightest, not targeted at all. It just goes out at that moment in time when you press go or when you schedule it, and then it stops when it gets to the 1,247, whatever it is, for the £10. So do not boost posts. If you want to pay for advertising, do it properly. Go behind the scenes, go into Business Manager and build your adverts and target them.
Right. Excellent. That is fantastic to know. It has been mentioned before In fact, our Kevin that you gave us.
I didn't
We're
give
so
him.
grateful for Kevin, Jo.
I randomly met his wife. Yeah, married.
You're getting credit. Just take the credit.
Hi, Kevin.
I think Kevin might be watching. He usually is. So yeah, boosting posts, excellent. So my next question was actually, is paid marketing worthwhile? And boosting posts not creating proper ads, is that worth it? Where do you get the best buck for your bang for your buck?
My gut on this, and having done quite a lot of work on Facebook advertising, I personally would go with that. You're looking at Facebook it's still in growth. It's 2 billion users across the world, and people right now go on so much more, although there are changes coming. I've said this to Renee already. They've changed quite a lot of stuff on the Facebook stuff recently, and there are quite big changes coming in for business pages. I am guessing that rather than the organic reach that you're getting, because that we have seen that dwindle. So it used to be, so if you put out a post on Facebook and you've got 100 likes, that'll go to about 8. It used to go to 8 people max until people liked and commented and shared. Okay, because it goes to less than 10%, about 8%, 8-9%. If people like, comment, and or share your post to their timeline, Facebook thinks, oh my God, this is really exciting. That's really nice. So we'll offer that up to more people. So the more you can get people, so get your friends, post something, get your friends, like it, comment on it. Facebook will think it's really exciting. It's getting loads of interaction and they want more people to see it, and they will let more people see it. And it'll be with your 100 followers. So that's how you grow your followers on Facebook.
And this is why I say, if you can't donate to our fundraiser, please like, comment, or share. It's almost more valuable. It really is. It is so valuable just to leave a thank you or a lovely. And I mean, that's one thing that I would say that I, make a point to do it to a lot of other people, and I notice they do it back. And actually, that's sort of part of the community we're trying to grow, is that community that all support each other and get those few comments that mean other people see it. Anyway, I'm waffling again.
No, Renee, that's quite right. And also from that, just taking that one step further, we're all freelancers, if you like. So we all work for ourselves, but we are networked together because we all have shared values in that sense. So what I would say to people, everyone within Made in Midlothian, or anyone watching, is that if we are out and about, say we're looking at Midlothian Ladies Club or something else, and someone puts on a request for something, let's tag each other and let's try to support each other, because there's nothing greater than somebody putting your name out there and you thinking, oh my God, that person, they've recommended me.
They thought of you.
That again is but also that's how word of mouth in the digital sense works. You've been scrolling, you see something, you think, oh, that person's looking for, I don't know, dog bowl. Who makes dog bowls?
Go on, it's the go-to example.
Just because I love mine so much.
I'm so glad you like it.
If we can start to create that kind of kindness, if you like, for helping, because we can't all be online all the time. We've got to do whatever it is we're doing for our work or meet our customer needs as well. The last thing you want is a customer being dissatisfied. Yeah.
And we're all a little bit rubbish at going, yes, me, pick me, I'm great, I'm fantastic. And if somebody else can do that just once, it's like, oh, thank goodness I didn't have to.
But also that's how influencing works, isn't it?
Yeah. I would say the best advertising and marketing I've ever done for my business is doing Made in Midlothian and promoting other people's stuff. because they return it. And it's not why I do it, but it has been the best thing, I think, the best tool for my business ever. And I think like you'll find the same one, Del Keith, just people knowing who you are makes such a difference in marketing. Yeah. Anyway, so I've got like,
nice
sorry?
things. You're doing lots of nice things.
Trying.
People see that and they think, they relate to that, and then they want to give you the business because they're like, oh, she's so lovely. So that's that's what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think doing good. Donna's saying, let's all do it, tag and comment and everything on each other's. It's each other's work. It's an easy way to support small businesses. It is. It's so easy just to write. It can even be a clappy hands or a love heart. Facebook doesn't, pardon me. I nearly lost my laptop. It's fine.
Oh my goodness.
You see, the trick is with lives is just not to worry about it. It's fine. But yes, if you had told me, like, asked me to go live last year, I would have been like, no, not for me. You just got to do it once and then get over it, and it's fine. But yes, Don, let's do it. I've been making quite an effort with Donna and everyone just to try and do that a bit more and just spend a little bit of time going through and supporting a couple of other people, because I think so many people need it right now. And there's so much good stuff going on that people don't know about too. Yeah. Right. Have you any other advice? Because we've gone past our half an hour. I've been very naughty. I'm not supposed to. Kevin will be mad.
Any other advice? When you're using images, make them good. If you're not very good at photography, start to use a tool like Canva.com. Canva.com is my favorite. I have to say. I think great
for the brand consistency. Yeah.
And what you can do is once you put your logo in there, you go to the color palette, it picks out all the tones of your logo as well, so you can keep it all consistent. There are so many YouTube tutorials on Canva.com, and I have to say, fantastic. And it makes them look really professional, and it can take you 10 minutes to do your things. So that's what I would say. Natural light.
That would be one of my tips too. Yeah.
Natural light for photography works wonders. Artificial light makes them look yellow and not so good. Your phone is just as good as any camera, to be honest. iPhone or Android phone, the cameras on them now are so fantastic.
They're amazing. Live focus is my tip for that one. Live focus is great, and especially if you can just put it high up on a pedestal or a thing with a distant background, it blurs all the background out. So even if it's messy, it's fine. Live focus is great.
I actually bought myself on Wish a little cube. It's a little white cube, and you can put colour in the background, and it's got an LED light on it. And if you're doing pictures of smaller things, it is phenomenal for the light. Absolutely phenomenal.
Light boxes. And it
cost
they're really cheap too.
It's cost me £6 on Wish. It was one of my best sellers. And what else would I say? Build genuine connections with people. Lead with your heart and care about people as well, because people understand what genuine is. And if you are a sole trader, that's one of your biggest assets, if you like.
I've said that of making sure your business follows that. Don't try to reach out to people that you don't like or don't want to have connections with. And
you can easily go on and get people to unfollow you if you don't want them to be following you as well. I know that sounds a bit nasty, but sometimes people are on there to genuinely they think it's funny, but it is kind of trolling. And it's very nice.
Somebody said actually taking out all the inactive sort of people and the people that don't follow, and that is actually means you're more visible, which I thought was really interesting.
But that's one of the big
being more selective.
Yeah, so that's one of the big things on Instagram as well, is make sure you're not followed by bots. There's so many bots out there now, and you can tell them because they tend not to have a profile picture. They tend to have grey outline of a person, and you'll notice that they never post anything, and they're using software to follow you, and they don't do anything for you, so you might as well take them off. And like you say, you seem to be serving to more people when you do that.
Yeah. Anything else? You've got a list, I can see it.
Right, okay, so ask about products, giving products away and things like that. I think discounts are fine occasionally, but don't do it all the time. Like I say, that will bring your price point down, but get reviews from customers. Genuine customer reviews tell a massive story, and people now look for them. And also run competitions. Your kudos that you get from running competitions and giving away a free product can get you likes, shares, followers, but don't ask that on Facebook. Don't actually ask them to like and share
Say it.
and all that, because Facebook doesn't really like that very much. But competitions do work really, really well.
Yeah. What's your recommendation for competitions? Like, would you run a competition, tag your friends, or invite them, or?
I have done both recently. And the thing about tagging, so I'm running a competition just now, and it's all about tagging your friends. And off the back of that, we've managed to grow the followers as well. So if you're just inviting them, then they may or may not become a follower. But if you're actually tagging them, then you are a bit more in control. So you can then invite them yourself to like your page. And we've grown the One Dal Keith, not by a massive amount, but it's one of the only activities that we've done that's grown the followers on our page so far. So that's what I would recommend.
Okay. Excellent. Really well. All right. Good to know. Thank you. Joan says it's great information and that she loves reviews. Something I've noted that I don't do enough is reviewing other people's stuff, because a lot of it's an exchange, and a lot of people I've bought off and they've bought off me. And if I leave them a review, they often go, oh, gosh, yes, I better do that. Because I know when people leave me reviews, I think, oh, gosh, I haven't done that. I'm not, not being as supportive as I could be. So, yeah, go and support people and leave reviews. Anyway, we should wrap it up because we're being very naughty, Jo. I've get tapped on the wrist.
Thank you.
Supposed to keep it under half an hour. It's been really informative, and I don't know about everybody else, but it's been really useful for me. So thanks so much for coming, and thank you everybody for watching. So we'll say goodbye to Jo now, and I'll finish up, and I'll see you in a minute, Jo. Bye, Jo. Thanks for coming. So that was Jo Dunlop, everybody. We've got a little bit over. Thank you for the people that are still with us, and I hope it was helpful. That is our last Sunday session for at least a couple of weeks. I'm going to come back and do some Meet the Makers. So I thought it'd be really nice if we did some interviews with some of our artists and crafters. Hopefully it'll be tying in with our website launch, which is coming. 1st of September, that's looking to happen, which is really exciting. Great way to support our local economy and local artists. So yes, you'll see me for that, and we'll be bringing them on and talking to them about what they do and how they do it, and getting to know them a little better, and hopefully growing those connections for them. You can catch up on any of the previous sessions. So all the Sunday sessions are available on the Midlothian Creatives. Just click the page and you can click our videos, and they're all sectioned, so you can look at the first 5 that were just me rattling on, and then you can look at the next lot, which are me interviewing people, lots of me. So yes, then there'll be more of me in a couple of weeks' time, and I'll start interviewing makers. If you like what you see on Made in Midlothian, please, as I say, consider donating to our fundraiser. Fundraiser campaigns are exactly the same as Facebook. They have algorithms, so even if it's the tiniest bit, it really does make a difference, because it helps our campaigns be raised and look more legitimate. And if you can't, as Jo said, please like, share, comment. It's really important for us to know what's working for you and what's useful. So if you've enjoyed this, if it's useful, And that's Kiki. Hi, Kiki. Thank you so much. It's really helpful. Right, I'm going to stop waffling on, and I will see you in a couple of weeks live. Oh, Sunday nights to myself. Amazing. Thanks so much, everyone. Good night.